Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about a subject that's so pivotal for the collective women of this planet to start practicing, and that is deprioritizing men. Now, I'm not saying to have no male friends or just never be in a relationship for the rest of your life. However, we are going to talk about celibacy and taking time in your life to just focus on you. The reason I want to talk about this is because I've been noticing in my personal life a cycle that seems to happen a lot. And I look back into the past several years of my life, and I have been dating heavily for like the past 10 years essentially. Like, I've been in so many relationships and dated and met a lot of people, which was great. It was fun. However, I noticed like I have these moments in my life where everything feels so magical and my goals just take off so much more quickly. I see so much more growth in what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to focus on, and also just more happiness in general and well-being, peace. And I'm like, what was I doing during that time that caused this sort of magic and magneticism to happen? Because during those times, I would also be a lot more magnetic. I'd go outside and people would just come up and say hi to me and talk to me more. And like, I wouldn't do anything differently. It's just an energy. And I noticed that during those times, I was always single or heavily prioritizing myself and deprioritizing men. What I found in my not only dating experience, but also some of my friendship experiences with men in these past several years was that I am someone who is highly unusual. And I really enjoy just having healthy boundaries when I can. And I have my own business. I do psychic readings. I help inspire and uplift people every single day. I'm a very self-starting type A person. And I've noticed a lot of guys who would try to date me, they always would not worship me, but really be impressed by me in the first few weeks of us dating or talking. And I almost got this sense of them over time just trying to clip my wings, you know, like an exotic bird out there, and it's admired and someone watches it and they're like, that's so beautiful, and they just want to cage it up. You know, that's kind of the sense that I got from a lot of the guys that I was dating and talking to. And, you know, this beautiful divine feminine magic exists in every woman. You know, the ability to empathize, to listen very deeply, to love very deeply and divinely. And when you love, you pour everything into that person, and you would do anything for any of your friends, close family members, or partners. I feel like that is the beauty that women offer. And there is a magic that happens, you know, like we pour all that we can into our connections. And not only because society has trained us to do this, but also that's just the divine feminine magic, baby. Like, that is just, we have that gift of being intelligent and maturing faster and having more deeply rooted relationships and being able to communicate about things such as emotions and more difficult subjects, and working as a community to support each other and overcome problems. We're excellent problem solvers, and we are the ones that raise everyone on this planet. Women are magical, I rest my case. But I have just been noticing a lot of men, and disclaimer, not all men, I get it, a lot of men who want to take this magic and keep it locked away. You know, they get into a relationship and they want their woman to stay in the home. And I'm not even just talking in a traditional sense, like stay in the home, cook, clean, raise the kids, whatever, although that's also the case for a quite large amount of people, but also just like not wanting their partner to outshine them or wanting to clip the freedom. Even like, this is so deeply ingrained in every part of society, from women having to take on the last name of men when they get get married, to just the insane numbers of happiness in marriage and how men are much happier in marriage than women are. Women actually, like, this has been scientifically proven, have less happiness in marriage generally than men. It's like the opposite. And single women are more happy than single men in a very similar percentage. I think there's a reason for that. I think the reason for that is because women give and give and give in relationships. We prioritize our relationships because we experience such divine, deep love from our relationships and being in that loving, supporting energy. But I feel like it has become very normalized for a lot of men to act incompetent so that they do not need to give back in those relationships. And then it becomes more about taking than it does about giving. See, I feel like divine love, like truly feeling the love, the support, the community, it doesn't necessarily come from someone giving back to you. It's more of a feeling that arises when you give to others, when you care about others, you have those warm, fuzzy feelings. And the problem then occurs when you're wanting to feel that emotion, that love, that twinkly, divine love, support, connection, and you give your love to your relationships, to the men in your life. But it becomes a problem when they aren't giving back, because then your energy, your time is all going in one direction, flowing in one direction, but nothing is flowing back to you. I don't know, this past year has really shown me that the numbers are a lot worse than I thought they were. I was simultaneously very misfortunate and very fortunate throughout my life when it came to men, because I would say the vast majority of men in my life were the ones that I just described. I would literally honestly say like 90% of the men in my life were the type to do all the taking and none of the giving. But I was very fortunate to find a handful of men who really were reciprocal and able to give in that divine love and balance things out, which was amazing. But I just feel like as a society, so many women are conditioned or even like hormonally driven to prioritize men and, you know, sex and relationships. It could be hormonal because, you know, obviously the human body wants to reproduce. But it's also societal because, like, think of all of the shows and movies that we watched growing up. Like, I remember all of the Disney princess movies, the ones that I loved, and I still do love them for nostalgic reasons. But, you know, things like Cinderella and Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, the storyline revolved around them eventually ending up with a man. And look at all of the world leaders, not even just from your childhood, but even still to this day, they are all men that are deciding the future of women and, you know, our rights to vote, our rights for abortion, our rights for anything, really, all decided by men. There is not an equal amount of representation. But women are the ones that raise the world, that raise the humans in this world, and we are the ones that have this natural ability to love unconditionally. Tell me the last time you were afraid to be in a room or the same space as a woman versus tell me the last time you were afraid to be in a space or in close proximity to a creepy man. Okay, like, it is true. Men are the center of attention in this world. And, you know, it's not just men's doing that, you know, they're not the only ones that are saying, okay, this will be a male-dominated government and world and society, and men will get the privileges. Women also reinforce this by going along with it, and that's why I'm making this video, to hopefully wake some people up, because I had just woken up recently. I thought I was a feminist my whole life, you know, I really did, but then I took a good hard look at my life recently and I'm like, how am I a feminist? How am I wanting equality between men and women when I am constantly focused on men? And it was actually men that taught me this. You know, I would constantly feel resentment because here I am building your dream up. I am acting as your therapist, giving you amazing advice. I am helping you build your business. I'm helping you with your resume, helping you find a job, helping you find an apartment. I am giving you all this lovely advice. I am raising you up and I am loving you and I am supporting you. What am I getting in return though? Nothing usually. I get nothing in return. And I take a look at the times in my life where I prioritized men, aka have been in deep committed relationships with them usually, or have even just been dating. And those are the times that my life lacked magic. My business, the numbers went down drastically, slowed down drastically. I wasn't working out as much. I wasn't focusing on myself as much. And it's not something I did intentionally. It's literally just a matter of time. I was spending so much time on dates or sleepovers or phone calls and really pouring energy into growing this relationship because in my mind, I wanted to experience that divine love and I wanted a partner to grow with in life. But it kept being blocked. I kept turning into situations that were feeling like a waste of time. Like here I am in the very beginning of dating, very beginning of relationships saying, I want a life partner, I want a soulmate, I want marriage, I want to build with you, I want to grow with you. And then the guy would say, oh yeah, I want all those things too. But then when time comes to actually give those things, then it turned into, well, I don't know, I have to wait, blah, blah, blah. Maybe I'm not ready for a relationship. Over and over and over again. It was a repeating cycle. And I'm like, Spirit, like, what am I doing wrong? I'm being upfront in the very beginning of these relationships. I'm doing this, that, the third. Like, everything I'm doing is correct. I'm having healthy boundaries. I'm establishing those boundaries. I'm not sticking around with these people once they tell me that. But the problem was I was overly prioritizing men than I was my own self. And that has led me to make the decision to embark on this journey of celibacy and completely for like the first actual time in the past 10 years, just not date, no dating apps, no meeting up, whatever. And it's not that I'm writing off all men. I am going to be very open to male friendships and relationships, but I'm not chasing it. I'm not looking for it. And if it happens, it happens. There are certainly a small handful of men in my life that I will happily keep in my life because they offer me beautiful emotional support. These are people that I can text or call whenever I just need someone to talk to, and they'll be there. And they don't have the motivation to just wait around until I give in to their flirtations and sleep with them. They don't have the motivation to keep me on the side while they go explore whatever, and then hopefully one day I'll end up in a relationship with them if they don't find something better. Like, no, I am no longer keeping friends in my life who are like that. My problem in the past was, even when I was single, I would still have someone in my life, like whether it's just like a fling, a friends with benefits, or my huge thing was keeping exes in my life as friends, but there was still emotions there, and occasionally, we might spend a night together. So I was never really truly by myself for very long. And the moments that I were, it usually would last like a month to 3 months max. And those are the months where magic happened, where the growth was exponential, the happiness was exponential. And so I'm asking and here's the thing, guys, I'm polyamorous. Okay, let me just put that out there. For many years, have been technically in a relationship. However, we just live together and we're happy. We're pretty much like best friends, really. And you can still do this journey if you are in a relationship. Although I would really want to reach out to anyone who's single right now and say, intentionally be celibate. Like, don't even date, don't even do that. Go the whole 9 yards with it and just spend several months or maybe even years by yourself as a single person, not trying to attract the male gaze or to create anything with anyone, like, except for friendships. with women and whoever, you know, like try to intentionally keep yourself celibate or just focusing on the self. And this isn't because of any religious, like God cult-like way of thinking, like, oh, keep yourself celibate and sacred. No, I'm not religious. I don't follow that. And trust me, throughout my life, the last thing I thought I would ever be preaching on the internet is celibacy, okay? But here I am, 2023, preaching it on the internet to all the women out there. Because you know what? Like, let's just have a really authentic conversation, okay? Men oftentimes just want to use women. And this is something that my younger self would never let myself believe, because I'm an empath. I love all people. Don't cast judgment onto anyone. You can't, believe these prejudices, blah, blah, blah. But now, as an older, wiser person with more experiences, I can say hands down that the more you're willing to sacrifice yourself and cut your wings in a relationship, that is what they will expect of you, okay? Like, don't be a self-sacrificing person. Love yourself fully. Get to know yourself more. Who are you? What do you want? What happens is that when you spend time by yourself and you fill your own cup of happiness up, you no longer will need, cling to, or chase or settle for anyone less than the self-love that you have. Okay, and that is the most beautiful thing. And what does filling your own cup look like? For me, I feel invigorated when I am able, this is gonna sound so weird to some people, when I'm able to keep a good cleaning schedule in my house, and I'm able to contribute to my communities here on YouTube, my YouTube channels, my social media, and really make progress in my mission here on the internet, my passion here on the internet, when I'm able to stick to a nice routine gym schedule and have time with my friends at least once a week, that is my version of filling my cup up, okay? I am doing everything that I need to do in order to be happy and have good, solid mental health. And we can break that down even further, day by day, like having 3 meals a day, 8 to 10 hours of sleep, getting sunlight, whatever. That's me filling my cup. And I frequently treat myself kindly. I compliment myself. I get myself beautiful gifts like flowers and raspberries. I'm obsessed with raspberries. Nice foods that I want. I take myself or my friends out on dates constantly. So why do I need to chase that sort of love in anyone else when I can offer it to myself? And I know that what I offer in relationships is authentic, it's deep, and it is so big. And you know what? 99.9% of the people that I meet will not be able to match the amount that I love, and that's fine, because I experience my own love even when I'm single, even when I'm by myself. So one day I know that I will meet friends, partners, whoever that will be able to meet what I'm able to give, and they'll look at me and say, I have been waiting for someone like you my entire life, and there is nothing that I'm gonna do to let this slip through my fingers. So think about it, guys. There's people out there who will match the attention that you give, kindness that you offer, the empathy, the compassion, the time commitment that you give to others. There are people out there that will meet you at where you're at energetically. But you're not gonna find those people when you are prioritizing and centering your life around men or whoever, chasing that feeling. You have to experience that feeling within yourself. and love yourself and center yourself. Make yourself the center of your world again. It's not selfish at all. It's not narcissistic at all. In fact, I would argue that a lot of selfish and narcissistic people do not actually love themselves properly, because if they did, they wouldn't need to take so much from the people around them. Self-love is almost the opposite of narcissism, okay? Narcissists hate themselves deep down inside. That is why they need to take all the love and attention that other people have to offer, because they cannot do that themselves. They are not a self-fulfilling machine, okay? So those are just the thoughts that I'm having today, and I wanted to share them with you. And first off, I just want to clarify, I do love men, okay? Men are great. The divine masculine is great. However, there is an epidemic in this world of overly putting men at the center and prioritizing and also enabling that behavior, that intentional incompetence, which we find in relationships a lot. Men may say like, oh, well, I don't know how to clean. Like, I'm so bad at cleaning. I don't know how to cook. I'm so bad at cooking. You do. Okay. And if you don't, I know for a fact, you know how to go on Google and look up how to mop a floor. Okay. We have conditioned the men in our lives to behave in this way. And it is time that we wake up and stop enabling that behavior and stop settling for that behavior. And you know what? I think one of the ways right now, I don't know if this is the best way, but this is the way currently on my mind to do that now, is to really fall back into yourself, into your self-love, into that magic. Experiment with it. Just try it. Try to be celibate. Try to prioritize yourself, deprioritize the men in your life. Prioritize your genuine friendships, whether they're male or female. Prioritize yourself first and foremost, though. Just see what happens. Because I swear to you, your goals will be met so much faster. You will feel healthier. You will feel more at peace, at ease. I can't describe it. You're just gonna have to experience it for yourself. You will feel so clear-minded and safe and peaceful when you are not chasing and prioritizing men. And you know what? In that journey, you might meet an amazing man. You might meet someone who ends up being your life partner or even best friend, genuinely, not trying to just sleep with you. Like I said, we're not writing men off entirely. We are just deprioritizing, okay? So I hope this video served you in some way. And leave your thoughts and your comments down below. If there's any other subject you want me to talk about, let me know in the comment section as well. But I want to hear all your thoughts. And if any of you watching have gone through this already, where you were celibate or prioritized yourself, leave your experience in the comment section to help inspire other people who may be wanting to do that. Inspire me, because this is the first time in my life that I'm intentionally trying to do this, and I'm new to the journey. Maybe I'll make more videos in the future and let you know how it goes. But yeah, I'm excited for this. So comment down below. Enjoy the community. Create your own communities. You don't need a man to fulfill them. All right. Bye-bye.